Today at Confagricoltura Nazionale in Palazzo della Valle, Rome, the team group of the European project EcoReady met to celebrate its final event. EcoReady is a project focused specifically on climate change. It copes with 5 European geoclimatic areas, from the Baltic Sea to the Mediterranean to Central Europe, to analyze a flow of data, curate and treat this data in the interest of the strategy for the farmers of Europe. EcoReady is a project designed to help farmers to redesign their own strategies, to have a fresh view on their products, and it helps them to cope with climate adaptation. The EcoReady project, which has 18 partners, it includes strategically 6 living labs, i.e. local experiences and experiments in different geoclimatic areas of Europe to test solutions against climate change. In this context, also policy options and policy recommendations are important. For this reason, the whole project is assisted by an observatory that will help policymakers and stakeholders to draw lessons from the EcoReady findings for the future in the long term.
I'm also the coordinator of the EcoReady project. The Czech University of Life Sciences is coordinating this project, and we have 18 partners around Europe. This project is a 4-year project. We designed an observatory as a dashboard in the beginning. We designed an observatory that will be communicating information mostly to people that will have the knowledge and the expertise to translate and interpret the information. However, nowadays, and since we are reaching to the finalization of the development, the design of the observatory, we can move towards a more interactive platform that will be using Gen AI and agentic AI power in order to allow policymakers, for example, and other stakeholders that don't have the expertise and the technical experience to interpret pie charts and flow charts and data sets. Instead of that, they will be able to use natural language, develop a dialogue relation with the platform through a Gen AI environment, which is very much commonly used and commonly known to anyone.
The EcoReady project is an innovative project that was providing innovative tools for farmers, in particular the institutional living labs, and also the observatory platform provide an important tool for farmers to respond to problems like climate change, loss of biodiversity, and food security.
So what we learn from these living labs are the local needs, and this experience provides, let's say, practical guidelines and tools in order to improve soil quality while also managing water use.
What we are working on and what we realized is an algorithm that allows the prediction of weather for the next 7 days, and all the historical data coming from databases and from our system.
I think that's a complex situation. Basically, we have a lot of sensing happening in terms of climate, but we don't have sense making. So the idea, what the level you're looking for, is called sense making. So it's actually explaining the system to the farmer, building that understanding with the farmer, integrating also their viewpoint in that system mapping, and the indicators are signals that proves how the system is actually performing. And for that, building on this common understanding with the farmer, we can co-design, co-create with them solutions.
But the types of information that feed into the observatory are very varied. So, for example, things that feed into there is the food safety monitoring data from the European Food Safety Authority that get reported by each of the member countries, but also data from the living labs, and for example, life cycle assessments that were done at each living lab site, which say something about the sustainability and about the ecological footprint that each of these living labs have. but also even global data, such as price information or yield information, mostly taken from the FAO stat, and all kind of policy information, mostly on a European Union level.
The farmers are in charge of two main important issues. In the past was the food safety issue, now is sustainability. Sustainability could be a prerequisite to be on the market. So consumer demand will change a lot, will ask for more sustainability food and raw materials, and we are really under pressure to obtain these results in a few years. So everybody has to innovate, everybody has to exchange, disseminate new knowledges to get these results, a practical solution in a few years.